Corpus Christi family got quite a surprise when they arrived home to find their trash cans had been swallowed up by the ground after a large sinkhole opened up in their backyard. Well, tonight they are talking with our Bill Churchwell about the formation of the hole and what's being done about it.
This as we're also hearing from a geology expert from Texas A&M Kingsville who tells us the rain might not be the only contributing factor. Here's Bill's report.
Folks who live along Capri Drive off Weber Road are used to the occasional pothole after a hard rain, but at the end of the street where it curves.
Of all places, we were like, wow, that's weird. Why right there?
Bruce Goulet and his family discovered something much, much larger.
We saw these trash cans and you could just barely see them.
Their trash cans weren't lying on the ground, they were in the ground where the dirt decided to crumble away.
They were down in the bottom of this hole.
This was a first for the family who has called the Southside home for the last 20 years.
We've never had anything like this.
To give you an idea of just how massive this sinkhole is, I'm extending my arms out and you can see it's at least 8 foot wide, maybe 3 to 4 foot deep. And taking a closer look inside, you can really see the inner workings of exposed roots. There's an exposed pipe, even wires.
Bruce thinks all of our recent rain following months without it might have something to do with it.
Or the ground has cracks where it separates when it gets dry, and then when all the water starts coming back in, it probably erodes to somewhere.
But for the more scientific reason, we reached out to Dr. Veronica Sanchez at Texas A&M Kingsville.
Could just be that there's no resistance, there's nothing holding those rocks anymore. So it's like air, just collapses, there's no support.
Although rare, sometimes sinkholes can come without warning. But the professor says there can also be ways to identify trouble in the making.
If it's in your backyard, and you notice it all of a sudden, the water's pooling, the water's pooling to one side, it makes these ponds now, then maybe that's a sign that the ground is slowly sinking.
Almost see where the driveway is like it's falling right off. I mean, it's bizarre.
Bizarre enough that Bruce says the city came out to inspect it. They do plan to come back out to fill the unplanned landscaping project in his backyard. Bill Churchwell, 3 News.
Thank you, Bill.